Greetings, everyone. I don't see myself live here. I'm just fed up of this. Since year 2000, early uh, things are coming to me. I have this thing that Bibi Fatma Zahra's disciple had come and communicated certain things to me. And now it's this tragedy that recently Devi has told me. It's a long story. We had Devi, my grandaunt, long time ago when my mother was young, very small. We had Devi. So recently Devi told me that Hakim Saeed was assassinated by, planned by Mrs. Munira Gulzar, his assassination, because, so the reason was not coming, and there were certain things, so, you know, if you're going to come here and call me mad and all this, please reserve your comments. Yes, people can go mad. This is unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable. I cannot believe this. Even though I lived in Karachi and brought up there most of my life, things happening unbelievable. But Hakim Saeed, you know, the philanthropist, Hamdard, the science, what do you call that? Laboratories and all, you know, herbal medicine and homeopathic medicine, whose medicine even I used to take Somina to calm myself, and during exams, my aunt told me many medicines, many medicines. Is my voice coming? So, okay, if you're going to come here, investigate, because you know there are people who have been driven insane. Not their fault, they're not criminals. And they don't want to trouble society or anyone. They are the least of trouble. I mean, they didn't want to be, but if we turned out to trouble society. This Balatkar tragedy. So Devi told me recently, and then I was like, I didn't ask her the reason, but why would Mrs. Munira go, oh, then the reason came the next day or something, the day after, when she told me, what is this? So the screams I heard, her help, in July 1996, he started, so it's all coming, like, you know how he called her, and so called her, oh, stop it. So Zaira Auntie's Devi comes through me, my mother's aunt, her father's sister. She actually, what happened is, it's a long story, it's that Devi, Zaira Auntie's Devi, she used to give like stones come out of thin air, and then one Agha Mahmud, she gave to her brother-in-law, and he used it for Zuhair in infancy when Zuhair was, or some years, 1 year old, or he was in Dr. Dinar's hospital in Karachi, child hospital, and Agha Mahmud, he, he used that ring, however he used it, they told me. Zuhair was in the ice tub, my brother, younger brother, who was born after me, and so he also survived this. So Devi, then Agha Mahmud used this stone that Devi gave him, and then it disappeared. Zuhair got well, he was in the ice tub. in Dr. Dinar's hospital, his fever was not going down. Actually, his fever was so high that they had to put this baby child, 1 year old, in a or something like this. I can't remember. I mean, I don't remember how old he was. So then he got well. My father said he's leaving the hospital, and because it's Hazrat Abbas's day, Muharram or something, he had to go for the majlis. My grand aunts were there, and their husband, one of their husband was there. And my this grand aunt, she had left now, whether maybe she was in Beirut, and then when things happened, things were bad in Beirut, she left Beirut and went to America. But before all this, when my mother was small, they told me that about Devi and Zahra auntie becoming friends. And then Devi was helping her. She was a Devi, and my mother had to go with her parents. Devi had told them to go to India and put 5 diyas in the Ganges river. My mother told me the story. And my mother was brought up, she was the eldest, she was the firstborn, but she was brought up by this grand aunt of mine, Zahra auntie, her father's sister. So recently, even my mother later had called Devi, but my mother passed away tragically. Excuse me. Recently, Devi told me that. So I was like gone case, like, worse than before, like everything, my energy gone. But Devi told me to look in the cabinet. It's there. Okay, so this is not too much. Okay, I looked in the cabinet. Maybe I forgot, and maybe I remembered my instincts, intuitions. There are 2 bottles I bought, and I thought I got confused. And which cabinet, where I had kept it, sometimes here and there. But I'm a little bit organized, like the medicine cabinet is there. And anyways, I went there looking, and it was under some old bags of medicine. I found it. Then it had these round circles, red and all this, like bullets shot at someone. The design of the bag that the bottle was in, it didn't have a cover packet, okay, like that. So only the bottle with the medicine, herbal. Okay, so then I found this, and Devi told me that Mrs. Munira Gulzar got Hakim Saeed killed. Then I was like, or maybe the next day or later on, I was like, why? So the reason was not coming, it came the day after or something, the next day. Can't remember exactly, but now it's that Hakim Saeed, unbelievable. Hakim Saeed, like he told me, she told me, Devi told me that Zahra, Hakim told her that he was very influential, and he would see what he does to her if she complained against him, because he's a very respectable philanthropist. My goodness. So that time her husband, Mrs. Munira Gulzar's husband, was alive. Everyone, the family there, and I'm thinking, what is this? Who raped her, and what's happening? In Karachi also I was getting sounds, voices of her being raped. And I did get a negative feeling about Hamdard, but I never thought of Hakim Saeed. I never thought. So I thought they were, in retrospect later on, I thought, oh, they were trying to trap me because they were trying to find out who murdered, whose hand was behind Hakim Saeed's murder. What's this? Sorry. Someone, oh, he's come again, this Shia gentleman. Let me see, or woman. Hello, all love from Imam Hussein and his mother, the Zahra. I'm curious to know your reasons for. I told you rejecting Shia in my previous live stream. I don't know what happened to you. Excuse me. Love is when the polytheists loved their awliya, worship them and love them. They love their idols. Prophet Muhammad said, and his Allah in the Quran, no, no, no. If you love Allah, follow me. No, I'm sorry. Who are you? Sending love. I'm really sorry. You cannot get me like this. I've explained in detail. This is now about Mrs. Munira Gulzar being raped. So where was the love of Imam Hussein for my mother? Did she do Gunai Kabira? Where was the love of Imam Hussein for my grandaunt, service lady, who had stomach cancer, who did such service she didn't get married? Where was the love from Imam Hussein and his mother for my grandaunt who got cancer, who was a believer, who died a Shia? Where was the love? And can you give love? No, no, you are not allowed to give love. Please take the Quran with Imam Hussein, right? And his mother and Prophet Muhammad. What Prophet Muhammad has said, follow that, sir. I don't know what kind of Shia you are, blaming people for disrespecting, being rude with about Imam Hussein. People have suffered. Where was the love for my family aunt, my mother's cousin's son who got insane? Where was the healing? Where are you? Are you in America sending your love? Whereas there are people dying, suffering, Shias in Kharadar, poverty stricken, being killed in Pakistan. And sorry, but according to the Quran ayats, what love? May I ask you what? Right? Then you're going to say I'm being rude. Surah, excuse me, Surah Mujadila. Now please don't get disconnected again. What a valuable, lovely name you have. I hope you live by it. No, sorry, I have changed my name. But I've just kept it here for the superficially because it's officially in my passport. I hate this name. And maybe Al Zahra means Devi the Radiant. Your Prophet and your Allah, they've stolen from all, and you won't listen to reason. What is wrong with you? What love? Look at this. You're not supposed to love. Thou will not find any people who believe in Allah in the last day. So forget your taqiyya, please. Do not deceive people already. You have deceived people to no end. Now you're acting like Christians. about your prophet killing polytheists? Wait a minute. Let me show you. Here, first read this. And don't get lagged out, or God knows what you logged out. It's not lagged out, it's logged out. It's more than sad when you feel what Hakim Saeed has done to. Hakim Saeed was himself a Sunni. Now, what the Shias have done. Wait a minute. Your Prophet, your Allah says, do not expel Prophet Muhammad. They expelled the Muslims, they tortured them. But the Prophet Muhammad himself, you see, in the end, Allah in Surah Tawbah wants to establish, and the ayats, Islam. So he was going to get rid of these polytheists no matter what they do, whether they break the treaty or not. Now wait a minute, what was it? So here you can see what love. You will not find a people who believe in Allah and the last day having affection for those who oppose Allah and His Messenger. What are you showing, and why are you can't deceive me here. First of all, you've got logged out from the previous live stream. I was telling you so many things. Use reason. You understand? Pata nahi, you Shias, youngsters coming without any knowledge, without anything. Imposing your religion on others. Maybe you're living in America. Come and live in Pakistan and see. Or London, you're living in London? Surah Tawbah, ayats 23, 24. What love? First, come in your name, Shia name. You will not find a people who believe in Allah and the last day having affection for those who oppose Allah and His Messenger. Here I am opposing Allah and His Messenger. And you are sending love of Hussein. Christians do this and they couldn't get me to change. Your missionary work will fail. So don't give this deceptive thing. Do you love His Highness Aga Khan? Huh? Imam Jafar Sadiq's eldest son they come from. Allah does not forbid you from dealing kindly and fairly with those who have neither fought nor driven you out of your homes. Surely Allah loves those who are fair. So you see, okay, so then driven you out of your homes, right? This is not fair. I mean, Allah does not forbid you from dealing kind. That's Surah Mumtahana ayat. That was deceptively bisected. Or what do you call it? It was overridden. Okay? So what did Prophet Muhammad do in Yathrib? Huh? They did not, the Jews were not the ones who drove Prophet Muhammad out of Makkah. You see, Prophet Muhammad says anyone now in Surah Tawbah, anyone who fights Islam, enemies of Islam, kill them. But deal kindly with those who deal kindly with you. But finally He's made Muslims. You have, you can't live with, either you pay jizya, polytheists cannot live there. The Yathrib Jews, why were they expelled? So many of them. Some of them were killed. So they had to, just think, they had to expel Prophet Muhammad because he was after them. He didn't want, he was after the gods and all this. Idols not to be kept in Kaaba. Please don't get deceived by these things. No, you look at this verse. Look at this verse. Where is the love? Why are you going to that other verse? Allah does not forbid you from dealing kindly and fairly with those who have neither fought you. So I'm fighting you. This is, what verse are you giving me here? What about this verse? You can't send love. I'm fighting your Allah and Prophet Muhammad. I'm fighting this false religion. How can you send me love of Hussein and Zahra? You deceptive, dishonest Shia. Killing apostates, some of your religious scholars, what they've done in Iran against women who don't wear proper hijab. Legalizing prostitution and modifying it a bit. I know what you are doing. You just conflating the hostile, aggressive attacker. Your Prophet Muhammad was a very hostile attacker. You understand? I'm not doing anything without justice. What your Prophet Muhammad and his Allah said. Your Prophet was conflating the hostile aggressiveness. He was the aggressor. He was the aggressor. Your Prophet, mind you. Stick to reason. Liars. Shia liars. Shias also followers of terrorist Prophet Muhammad and his Allah, killers. You are M16 in London. You've got you're going to, you can, politician, prime ministers. Christians will help you. Those who have not expelled you, but they have to become Muslims. How many Jews remained in Yathrib? Now am I justified in... I didn't see that message. You retracted. You are not at all justified. You are a follower of a terrorist who hates polytheists, and you can't live with idol worshippers. That's what he's made you hate idol worshippers, hate those who oppose Allah and the Messenger, fight them until they pay the jizya. So where does this, what? You see, I'm justified in sharing the love with you. No, you are not justified. Which Quran ayat? Because I'm opposing Islam. How can you say, which Quran ayat says, those who oppose Allah and the Messenger, be kind with them? This Quran ayat doesn't say that. So how can you be justified? You are not even justified properly. Look into the reason. Don't even look into the reason. Look at the Quran ayat you've given here. How justified properly? Look into the reason. Don't even look into the reason. Look into the Quran ayat. You'll be very happy that the Christians, Westerners are helping you. Very, very clever. Hooray! America came, killed Saddam Hussein. One devil killed another devil. And now you need them. You need Westerners. How can you be justified? Allah does not forbid you from dealing kindly and fairly with those who have neither fought you nor driven you out. How can you be justified? According to your Quran, opposition to Allah has a wide connotation and the Messenger. You can confiscate my property, my home, you can take my life. God has given you, the Quran ayats have given you license. You aren't killing Shias, aren't you? Pardon? Why should I kill Shia? No. Look at the Quran ayats generally. But I'm saying be at peace and let others be. Live and let live. Your Prophet Muhammad, according to the Quran, Allah won't let others be. So you see, you're waiting for Imam Mahdi to come and kill me or deal with me. And you're being like the Sunnis in your this thing against me here. Can you blame the Sunnis? Because I can give you an ayat from the Quran which doesn't go with what Shias believe in. I said the Prophet Muhammad made a mistake. Now please answer me on that. You didn't answer. I'm logged off. You went away. You're escaping. You can't even come here, reply to my questions. You're giving me questions and saying you're justified and I send you love just on the top of your head. I'm actually with those Quran ayats which are contradictory, which prove, of course, those, so no disagreement than you are with the Quran actually. What kind of a witty, clever, cunning thing is this? No, I'm actually with the Quran contradictions in the ayats. Now what would you say to that? How am I with the Quran? God knows who brought you, what brought you here. I'm actually with the contradictions, errors in the Quran ayats. And you're telling me no. So no disagreement. Then you are with the Quran actually. No, I'm actually against the Quran. With the contradictory ayats, with the ayats which prove the Prophet Muhammad was a hypocrite, transgressor, zalim. I'm actually proving those ayats to be right against Prophet Muhammad. Now tell me, didn't Prophet Muhammad practice pagan Arab custom of adoption? If you have any dignity, please tell me. Surah Azab ayat. You got logged off in the previous. Now please answer me here. Please stick to the contradictions in the Quran and in your beliefs. What Imam Hussein did and what Bibi Fatma Zahra did is far away. Come to the Quran ayats. Imam said, if any of our sayings go against the Quran ayats, reject them. So which Shia are you? That you don't go even to their saying that I'm proving right. What you're saying Imam Hussein did in Karbala goes against the Quran ayats. The way he did it. Another thing is that when you say the polytheists expelled us, tortured us from Makkah, in Makkah, expelled us from Makkah, we had to leave. Then you go to Yathrib. Then they didn't expel you. They didn't torture you. So let's take one thing. They didn't expel you. Why did you expel them from their homeland, their city? Why? On one hand, you say that the polytheists, this is very general for Sunni and Shia. This also. Tell me. Surah Tawbah it goes that they broke the treaty. Okay, they broke the treaty. If they break the treaty, what do? You don't expel them from their homeland, confiscate their properties. You see, you're doing the same thing the Makkahs because they believed in their God to be true. Good and evil cannot be equal. Respond to evil with good, then the one you are is in an enmity with will be like a close friend. Tell me which close friend? Okay, then Abu Sufyan, he didn't kill his daughter. He didn't kill his daughter, Ramla. Right? Habiba. Look at the hatred. He just went to visit his daughter once. Your prophet could not take it. Now tell me, does this ayat come from the polytheists, which Prophet Muhammad is Allah have copied? After reading this, you see, Habiba, the Prophet's wife, marriage to Muhammad, life in Medina. On one occasion, Abu Sufyan visited his daughter Ramla in her house in Medina. As he went to sit on the apostle's carpet, she folded it up. She folded it up so that he could not sit on it. My dear daughter, he said, I hardly know if you think that the carpet is too good for me or that I am too good for the carpet. Shall I give you the verse on it? Quran verses? Surah Mujadila ayat 22. Surah Tawbah ayat, the polytheists are najas, impure. And Surah Tawbah ayat 23-24. It would make you a zalim, a fasiqeen or something, disobediently defiantly disobedient. What do? So what does Surah Tawbah tell you? So you can't say that this doesn't exist. This is just an example of those ayats. This is an example of those ayats. Give me an example of good Surah Fussilat ayat that you've given here. When was Prophet Muhammad good with the polytheists, forgave them, and made peace? Huh? And became friends, even though Abu Sufyan could remain, let's say Abu Sufyan could remain a polytheist. Tell me, when did it happen in history? I give you an example. There is a hadith, whether it's from the Umayyad side or whatever side. But these are examples. When you find such an example, like you have a dream, and you find in your, you go through the Quran ayats, and then you see, oh yes, this dream, this religious dream, goes with this Quran ayat. If it had not, I would have thought this dream is false. I reject this dream. Now give me an example of this that the Prophet Muhammad practiced. Forgiving his enemies, making them bosom friends. What does the ayat say? Neither the Ahl Kitab, only Christians, not Jews and the polytheists, they are your staunch enemies. But you know where the enmity started, hatred. Surah Mumtahana, you can read again. From Abraham and his people, against those polytheists who worship many gods, idol worshippers. Hatred and enmity from us to you. It stems from there. Why do you blame the polytheists? She replied, it is the apostles' carpet, and you are unclean polytheists. Surah Tawbah, I can show you where the polytheists are called unclean, not only polytheism. Have you disappeared? Please remain. Please do some, because I'm not feeling well here. I've got a lot on my. Remain on the on the topic I'm giving you. At least answer my questions. Don't come here just giving your opinion and a good ayat from the Quran which you think. Baba, we're in an argument, right? You put me in an argument, combatant position, blaming me and looking good, making Hussein look good. And his mother. Oh, we send you love from Hussein. And who are you to send me love when the Quran ayat crosses out that? So are you going to change Europe with your deception? Now please tell me, because there's a Quran ayat that in Surah Tawbah, I can't remember the ayat. Polytheists are najis. And polytheists are najis. And what is this in Surah Tawbah also? You can see 23 and 24. Who are the zalim? No, Imam Hussein cannot send love like this, nor Bibi Fatma Zahra. Oh, you who believe. Oh, you who have believed, do not take your fathers or your brothers as allies if they have preferred disbelief over belief, and whoever does so among you, then it is those who are the wrongdoers. Zalim. Zalim, do you see this? Say, O Muhammad, if your fathers, your sons, your brothers, your wives, your relatives, wealth which you have obtained, commerce wherein you fear decline, and dwellings with which you are pleased are more beloved to you than Allah and His Messenger and jihad in His cause, then wait until Allah executes His command. And Allah does not guide the defiantly disobedient people. Fasiqun, fasiqeen. What is this? Surah Mujadila ayat. What is that I just showed you? You will not find a people who believe in Allah and the last day having affection for those who oppose Allah. Oppose. It's a vast, it has many connotations, like you can oppose Allah and Prophet, the Messenger, like I'm doing here. You see this? It's not fighting, it's not being at battle. This word, oppose, hada, is not fight. Hada. It's not fight. It's opposing. It is a wide connotation. So how can I believe Rasulullah when he went, what was his last message? Last speech. Sorry, not his last message. What was his last speech? I'm leaving behind you two things. If you hold fast to that, you will never, 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 never go astray. The Quran first, and then my itrat. The Quran is the main source. If my itrats are sayings, the Imams have said, if they go against the Quran ayats, rad kar do. You can even have the privilege to, they've given you the right to, even if their names are written, the Imams' names, you can even, hit, like, bang against the wall. Throw them against the wall. Reject them like that. So sorry, this love of goes against Quran ayats. Thank you. I have to take a break now and we'll come back later to continue with what actually I was going to say.